Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Justin.
And I am Zach.
And this is Space Sushi Champions. This is the podcast where we talk about anime, video games, movies, media of all genre.
Or you know what? Whatever we feel like talking about today.
Exactly. And what do we feel like talking about today, Zach?
You know, I feel like talking about Akira Toriyama's final project.
Oh, that is sad.
Yes, but Dragon Ball Daima it is.
Dragon Ball Daima. So this is the last thing that he wrote?
Well, worked on at least.
Worked on.
Because this wasn't a manga or anything.
Okay, so this is his last...
Okay, I guess technically he wrote it, but...
So this is his last animated Dragon Ball project.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Daima. Yeah.
Took you a while to get into this one.
It really did. And after watching the first 10 episodes of it, which is half the show, I can understand why it took me a little bit to get into it.
You know, I had a good time with it, though.
It's an entertaining watch, but yeah, today we are going to talk about and do a little review/analysis of Dragon Ball Daima, the first 10 episodes.
So why don't we just jump right into it? We start out with our, villains, I guess, of the series. Mm-hmm. Goma and Degasu.
So are we talking Goma from Legend of Zelda, a spider-like demon thing?
I'm going to tell you no. We're talking about the new Demon King.
Ah, Demon King.
Because Deborah is dead.
Yes. And how did he die?
Majin Buu turned him into a cookie and ate him.
And of course, we see that
Well, of course.
With everything else in the Buu saga.
Yes, because Goma and Degasu are watching a recap of the Majin Buu saga.
Literally. They just have a giant screen, magical screen, and they're watching this all unfold.
In Degasu, we learned some stuff about him.
Yes, Degasu, the henchman of Goma.
Yes, and the brother of Shin.
Which was very... So you pretty much figured out right away because he looks just like Shin.
Yeah, Shin or Supreme Kai, whatever you want to call him.
He'll
even get another name later.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit.
But he also has a sister.
Yeah.
A doctor named Arinsu.
Which looks like Dr. Frankenstein's monster's wife and is basically Dr. Frankenstein herself.
But she's like, hey, Goma, these humans are going to want to come to the demon realm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either, but that's enough to be like, we got to go. We got to get their Dragon Balls.
The plot of this series is so out there.
So they just go with Neva, a Namekian. I think he's the only Namekian left in the demon world.
Yep, he's the senile... What's his name again?
Neva.
Basically just picture Kami, but senile.
And older.
Yes. And they go to Earth to get the Earth's Dragon Balls because, well, as we find out, their Dragon Balls in the demon realm can't really be accessed. So they're going to go get Earth's Dragon Balls to make very peculiar, specific wishes.
Yeah, and there's like a party going on for Trunks at the same time, too. And at this party, we see a retcon in the series.
The one of many that you're probably going to see.
But this one specifically, because I remember in Super that Shin and Kibito were still fused at the start.
Yes, they were.
And they used like the Namekian Dragon Balls to wish themselves unfused.
Which didn't happen till the Universe 6 arc.
Now, maybe that was different in the manga. But in this, no, they're still... Well, they're not fused anymore because Buu ate them? Absorbed them?
So apparently because Buu has the special properties within him that splits Vegito and other Potara fusions, they just got absorbed, split, and he spat them out. And there we go. That's how we get Kibito and Shin again.
Yeah, because, Shin did not like the fusion. Because he didn't want to be old.
I do have to ask, what are Shin and Kibito even doing at Trunks' birthday party?
They wanted a good time.
Sure.
They were there for the drinks, the food.
Probably just the drinks.
He doesn't even eat, does he?
Nope. We'll cover that later. So anyway, yeah, you got the whole gang at Trunks' party, and then...
Goma arrives at the lookout, him and Degasu, and we pretty much learn that pointed ear people, you're pretty much come from the demon realm.
Yeah.
So we got some confirmation here. Demon King Popo is alive. This theory now that I'm coming up with that Popo will be the next Demon King.
Oh, they actually show what Popo looks like underneath that.
He has horns.
I couldn't believe it. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. It just doesn't look right.
Kid Popo.
But yeah, that takes us to... I guess it's worth mentioning that the series takes place just right after Majin Buu.
Yeah, in between Super and Z there.
The Dragon Balls have been used, and Senile Kami...
Yeah, Neva
has the ability to summon the Dragon Balls back and recharge them, which is a really interesting ability.
He's also the creator of the Demon Realm Dragon Balls.
Sure.
And the Tamagamis, which guard the Demon Realm Dragon Balls. There's one for all 3 of the demon worlds.
So he summons the Dragon Balls, they summon the dragon, and Goma has several different wishes in mind he'd like to make.
There's 2 specifically. First off, he wants to turn them into kids.
Which is... they're going to solve their problems by turning Goku and everyone into children so they aren't...
Well, the kids are turned into babies.
I like how they asked Shenron, turn them into kids. He's like, okay, but that's kind of generic.
Maybe first graders.
And what about the kids that are already kids?
Babies.
Literally, that's how this goes. So they'd get turned into kids. And
then he wants to make another wish for like this third eye that he keeps mentioning.
Is it like a power
It gives like unbelievable power, they said. Okay. It belonged to Abora, the father of Deborah.
You couldn't see that coming.
The Demon King before Deborah.
So yeah, but before this wish can be granted, Shenron says, well, you guys aren't regulars, so you only get one wish.
Yeah, Shenron's just making up rules.
As they go. And here Shenron is always angry when everybody makes a wish, but when somebody else does it, that's not even a regular. Okay, we're going to get very specific about your wish, and you only get one.
Yeah, but they're turned into kids.
Yep.
Goma and Degasu take off with Dende. And back to the Demon Realm.
I think the reason they did that was because they plan on making Dende the next Namekian.
I believe as well, and it kind of stops the Earth from being able to use theirs.
Which is a good plan, I suppose.
And we get Kid Goku's voice actress back.
I was so thrilled when I heard her back. It's been so long.
It has been a long time, because Kai changed the voice actress, which is the same as Monkey D. Luffy's in the One Piece dub in the English, at least.
It's okay, but it's just not the same.
No, I needed the original, because she was Goku, Kid Goku, and was Gohan when he was a kid. It's great.
Yeah. So that takes us up to the point where they find out they're all kids. They go to the lookout.
Goku has to go get his power pole from Big Bro Roshi.
Big Bro Roshi, who's using it as a clothes hanger of all things, or as a clothesline.
As you need to. And then someone arrives. Another Demon Realm person.
Yep. This guy is Glorio, I do believe.
Glorio's the name. Okay. A Majin from the Demon Realm. That's majority of people, it seems. Just people that use magic, I assume, is what they describe them as.
Yeah, I thought Majins were like a specific race, like goo people that is Boo, but apparently no, they're just a race of pointy-eared people in the 3rd Demon Realm. So Glorio shows up, and he basically wants to take them.
He's like, hey, Goku, come with us. I'm the king of the 3rd demon world. Says, we need you to come fight Goma for us.
Yeah. The only problem is there's not enough room in the spaceship for everybody, so him and Shin are going to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of spaceship problems in this series, and we don't need to discuss them all. No. They go through a lot of ships.
Yeah, that's a common...
Or planes, as they say.
That's a common theme and gag you're going to find.
Every few episodes, there's a new plane.
Or something gets blown up because of it.
Yeah, so they travel to this, like, giant goldfish-looking thing.
Yeah, that's what Goku calls
Sir Warp.
Sir Warp.
And that's how they get to the 3rd demon world.
Yeah, there's 3 different realms, and they go to the 3rd one, which is where I guess the poorest of the...
Yes, it's like the slums of the demon worlds.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of a play on 3rd world sort of things. That's... Oh, well. Who knows?
But it's also around this time that we learned that Supreme Kai has a race.
Yes, he does. He has his own specific race. He did not come from our universe like you think.
No, he comes from the demon realm, specifically the 2nd world of the demon realm. He is a Glend.
And don't we also find out that Namekians also come from that same realm?
Yes. I believe that was mentioned on the lookout earlier.
Mm-hmm. There's actually some funny stuff about them asking Piccolo if he remembers the demon. I was like, I'm not my father. How would I know?
They do that multiple times in this. Like, Piccolo was spat out as an egg.
I don't remember this, though now that you mention it, this does seem familiar. It's great.
Yeah, so the demon realm looks pretty much like Earth, except it's got like pink skies and there's some like floating islands and stuff going on.
Yeah. And then after a while of flying, they settle down into this town where you basically see the King Goma's rule over all the people.
Yes.
And there we get another main character in our series.
We do Pansy.
Pansy. She is the
Bulma of the group is what I'm going to call
More or less.
She's into the machines.
She's also the princess of the king of this third realm.
Yes.
And yeah, she's the Bulma of the group. More or less.
But she decides to travel alongside with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also worth noting that the people in like the third demon world are stuck in like these collars.
Yeah, that is important. That's basically how King Goma keeps track of you, keeps you in line, and stuff like that.
Another thing we didn't go over was these bugs. Mm-hmm. So there's so Goku stops at a shop, and there's different bugs, like a revive bug, and there's like a join bug, which can cause fusion.
They're basically sensu beans in bug forms. It's the Demon's World version of these things.
Couldn't have the same thing.
No, we gotta have fusion bugs instead of Batara earrings. That works.
And I say Glorio's pretty suspicious during this whole thing.
Yeah.
And Shin's been catching on the whole time. But he's like, hey, maybe we should go get the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, the plan was when they left to go into the Demon Realm to get Dende and bring him back home, but Dende being a child or a baby, the Dragon Balls on Earth will not work. So their solution is to get the Demon Realm's Dragon Balls in order to wish themselves back to normal.
That is correct. Though, were they even going to wish Dende into an adult?
No,
they were just going to wish to get Dende and then go to the Earth.
I forgot that detail. Oh, Goku's mind as a kid is just alarmingly weird.
But yeah, Goku's like a fugitive now after messing with Goma's police.
Yeah.
So they're on the look for a rounded-eared kid.
Yep, and keep in mind, they're in a world of pointy-eared people, so he sticks out like a sore thumb.
But they end up going to the king of the third demon world.
Mm-hmm. And there they get a plane, and
they also send out Hybis, our new favorite character.
Hybis.
He needs to go back to the lookout where he's going to get Vegeta, Bulma, and Piccolo. Because Kibito has to stay. Someone has to watch the lookout, and it can't be Demon King Popo.
I like how they had Kibito go back to Shin's world to get his spaceship and come back, and the whole spaceship thing was pointless, like Kibito in this whole thing.
You know, too bad they don't use instant transmission enough in this series.
Yeah, it's not like Goku can do it or anything.
I mean, they're just surprised that Goku can sense things.
Yeah.
It's like, does he know magic?
What kind of magic is this? He can fly and sense people and shoot energy beams and turn his hair gold?
Oh, another thing about Hybis is his belt.
Oh, yeah.
He has an eyeball on his belt.
Don't really understand the whole story there, just that he found it and it's there.
He also is really looking forward to getting his hair done.
Yes, his one little hair strand, he's going to get a haircut.
He also has a hot date later.
He was so mad he had to go pick up everybody because he's like, oh, boss, you know I have a hot date later.
And he doesn't. But a pizza with worms convinces him.
I don't know if it would convince me.
But not a whole lot of them, just a single pizza with worms.
You can have all the pizza you want, but I don't need a lot of pizza.
Yes, but we also learn more about the Glens.
Yes.
So they're born from the Glen tree. So there's 5 Glen trees. Mm-hmm. Well, there used to be.
There used to be.
Yeah, they're all dead now. So
yeah, they're all gone.
So no more of these Glens. I keep wanting to say Kais, but Glens.
I laughed really hard when they said, when Goku asked, wait, so you're born from a tree. Does that make you a plant? And Supreme Kai's like, I don't know.
Maybe it does.
And then just kind of Bulma at one point asked him, "Are you going to go extinct at some point?" And Shin's just like, "I think so." Just nonchalant, no big deal. So what? So you're going to die soon and you're not going to be able to repopulate?
But like all the other Glens have left at this point, so there's only 2 that stayed. The 2 ambitious, Degasu and Aransu, have stayed behind.
They're very interesting characters.
Well, at least Aransu. Degasu's just there, it seems.
Of course, Aransu, she's kind of the protagonist of this little series from what we're gathering, at least through the first 10 episodes.
That's a good question, isn't it?
It really is.
I don't know if she is or not at this point.
Well, in the shadows, you do kind of find out that she has hired Glorio to...
Yes, that's discussed at this point. He wants the Dragon Balls, so we know that she wants the Dragon Balls. Some other thing going on at this time is they run into a Minotaur. Mm-hmm. How exciting that is.
Yeah.
I mean, Glorio and Goku fight each other to see who's stronger.
Yeah, that...
Goku easily is the stronger one there. And Shin has a real name.
He really does. This was surprising to me.
Nahare. That's a Glen name.
I like how Goku is going to, can I call you that? Sure. And then he does like, this doesn't sound the same.
That's because he doesn't call him that in Super, so we can't go with that name.
Of course, he remembers that, but Goku apparently has trouble remembering Glorio's name.
Who? Glorio?
Geronimo? Glimbo?
Anything but Glorio? Has he got his name right yet?
I don't think so. They're the first 10 episodes now.
But then Goku goes and fights this Tamagami number 3.
Tamagami.
And we're expecting this huge fight to break out.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a fight.
Oh, yeah.
But then Goku goes Super Saiyan and it's over pretty quickly.
Yeah, if we didn't mention, the Tamagami are just basically guardians holding the Dragon Balls. And they're numbered depending on the number of Dragon Ball stars.
It's probably also depending on the demon world, too. I'm assuming that 3 is in 3, 2 in 2, 1 in 1.
That does raise an interesting thought. You collect these Dragon Balls, 3-star in the third world, 2-star in the second world. If you bring these Dragon Balls out of their worlds to like one world, you make the wish and the Dragon Balls scatter. Do they go back to those universes?
I would assume they go to the Tamagamis.
Okay.
I'm sure Neva probably has them situated that way.
Imagine how convenient that'd be for the Namekians and the Earth.
Though, according to this, I don't think a wish has really ever been made.
No, so we don't really know what happens.
Neva doesn't know.
So anyway, that takes us to the part where I think we get the other heroes in here. Vegeta.
Well, there was something first.
Okay.
We get the Aransu meeting Marba.
Oh,
so that's going
true.
on when Goku's fighting the Tamagami.
Yeah.
So Marba's the witch that had created Majin Buu. Mm-hmm. We mentioned her more in our video about the Buu debate.
Yeah. She's the
real creator of Buu.
Mm-hmm. Not Boppity, like we were led to believe. Another contradiction.
Well, yeah, it was Boppity. Oh, Bibbidi.
Bibbidi. Yes.
Yeah. So Aransu had actually showed up and got some essence of Buu.
Yes.
So with some essence of Buu, some Aransu saliva, a Cyberman seed, they create Majin Ku.
So, Cybermen plus Boo Fragment plus
spit.
Gives you Majin Ku. Which is not Majin Ku with a C, it's Ku with a K.
Yes, because he's cool with a K.
Okay, sure.
But he ends up challenging Tamagami number 1.
And that's a pretty interesting fight.
Yeah, he seems fairly strong, but he stands no chance against Tamagami number 1.
No. Not at
So he's
all.
like, Orange is like, what did I do?
Yeah. The fight starts off good, and then it gets really bad really quick.
And then, having the Dragon Ball from the 3rd demon world, they decide to go to the 2nd demon world.
Yes.
So they warp there, and there's a giant kraken, of course destroys their ship. That happens every time they go anywhere.
I think that was the 3rd time at this point.
It's 3rd or 4th, I'm losing track. Because they had one for like an episode.
The only thing that has a running tally more is the amount of times Goku needs to go to the bathroom.
Well, that was twice. I was thinking more of like Krillin being owned.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the abridged series.
Or the amount of inconsistencies or retcon stuff that Daima does to Dragon Ball Z and Super.
But they end up going to the original planet Namek, which looks pretty much just like regular planet Namek.
Literally. Green sky, green trees, a little bit of water.
But they'll end up meeting with Vegeta, Bulma, Piccolo, and Hyvis, who wanted to play that zombie game.
Yeah, the zombie game is go into the woods, kill as many zombies as possible, but if you get bit, you're dead.
What a game.
It's literally a life or death game.
Hyvis just every single time anything is mentioned, he has to make a comment.
And he's got this presence and this, like, what would you, his voice and how his demeanor, everything.
He's hilarious to me.
He's just calm, nonchalant, just kind of talking like this.
You know, I have to go back to episode 1 because there was a moment that was pretty funny.
What was it?
When they turned into kids and Mr. Satan shows up. Like, who are you?
I liked either the first or second episode when Master Roshi is checking himself
Big
out.
Bro Roshi? That's what he is now, Big Bro Roshi.
Oh, man.
But we get a fairly interesting reveal in the episode 10 there.
Yeah, this, you want to talk about retcon?
Well, so there was a good Demon King before Abora. I don't think it mentioned his name, but he had ordered Super Majin Remus. What a name. Yes, so he went to create the universes. So he is the, like, highest authority.
I see. So apparently Zeno is not a thing.
Yeah, that raises a question of who is higher. Though, I mean, it's hard to go against Zeno from what we've seen.
Yeah, considering that Zeno erased, what, 6, 7, 8 universes in just a tournament of power because he was bored?
But yeah, Remus has sent off a bunch of these Glens to become Supreme Kais. So we actually see the Supreme Kais from Super. So a bunch of them, we see their pictures in there.
Yeah.
So they're sent off to be the Supreme Kais of these different worlds. So we saw, like, Goasu, for example, in there. What a nice Supreme Kai that is. I'm thinking of Super in this setup. Where did Zamasu come from? He's a young Kai training to take over Goasu's Well, he's a young
position.
Glenn.
He's a young Glenn.
Do we even call them Kais?
And how does this all tie into the God of Destruction's life being linked to the Supreme Kais? This is so...
Well, I mean, there's already questions, because, I mean, there were, 5 Supreme Kais or so originally in Z?
Yeah. 5, North, South, East, West, and Grand Supreme
Yeah,
Kai.
there was a lot of Kais.
Plus the Elder Kai we don't see till later.
Who Beerus put into the sword. Which I thought they just added that in later too. Like, listen, Dragon Ball likes to retcon a lot of things.
They really do, and we're going to blame this on Akira Toriyama's forgetfulness. At least I am.
But episode 10 will end with Neva walking up to their ship.
Yes, we
That's
see.
the last thing we see. So I assume coming up that he is going to be talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what'll happen? Something crazy, probably.
Yeah, so that takes us up to... So at this point, they were turned into kids. They went to the Demon Realm, got 1 Dragon Ball, and we had the events in motion for the second one, and our villains are steering between Goma...
And we don't know what Aransu is quite doing yet. Besides, we know she wants the Dragon Ball, and she is creating these Machins.
Yeah, so far Majin Ku has been a flop. At least for what we can tell.
So maybe we're going to need a replacement in the future.
Yeah, I've actually seen some pictures of that replacement, but we'll cover that in the review of 11.
That's for part 2.
So, Dragon Ball Daima is... Let's cover this. This is canon, right?
This is canon as of now.
Okay.
I mean, GT at one point was canon, so...
Feels like this is retconning some stuff in Super. How are you
Well,
feeling
I mean,
about
the end of Z is still out there, too. It's like, what?
Yeah. How are you feeling about the series?
I enjoy it. I mean, just basing off these first 10, I mean, I think it's a 7-ish. I don't think I'd put it any higher than that.
What are some things you like about the series?
Well, the animation's really nice. And I think the Demon Realm has added some very interesting plots to and backstory to characters like Shin.
I agree.
And I mean, Super Majin Remus is interesting, but It kind of has issues with Zeno in there now.
Yeah. So, let's segue into some things you don't like.
Well, I mean, I kind of like adult Goku.
Adult Goku.
So these kids, I mean, it's fine. I love hearing the old Goku voice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Vegeta and Piccolo are a little weird now.
Oh my gosh. In more ways than just their voice, they look like Funko Pops. Their heads are disproportionately larger than their bodies.
My complaint is, while Krillin didn't have that many lines, they did not bring back the original Krillin voice actor.
I remember that.
That didn't sound like it to me.
Are there some other things you don't like about the series, or?
I mean, there's some fillerish episodes, like the Minotaur. It was funny.
Yeah.
But it does feel a little fillerish.
Do you like the pacing and the story we have going on?
I think overall the pacing's fine. I mean, it's only a 20-episode series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some would say we're going fairly quick for 3 Dragon Balls. We already have one.
Yeah. I think for me, the things I like... it really seems like Akira Toriyama was trying to get back to simpler times, simpler sort of setup. So the fights, we're so used to these intergalactic fights that are so crazy, and this gets kind of a little more simpler. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not even that many fights in this series so far. I mean, nothing too huge. I know that they will get there, but nothing yet.
I like what you said. The expansion of the demon realm and the world.
I mean, it's its own thing. It's not connected to like any of the universes specifically.
Yeah.
It's its own realm.
That's neat. I like how it's kind of a genesis for a lot of things. Not everything. I mean, at one point in episode 10, they said everything in Universe 7 basically came from the demon realm, except
for like humans,
and
Saiyans. I mean, I'm sure there's more. So like the dog mayor / president, whatever he is, must have came here. I don't know.
Things I don't like, though, the major retconning that we see happening. I don't feel like we get enough of the good stuff that we like. I want more Vegeta. The few times we got Vegeta was hilarious.
Well, I'll tell you that Vegeta will be more in the second half.
That is good. I loved... what's his name?
Hyvis.
He asked Bulma to be his girlfriend. He said, I'm already married. And Vegeta blew up. Got mad.
Well, Hyvis doesn't mind sharing.
That was great. And then, just anytime Vegeta's in there, it's been funny. But yeah, that's, honestly, I agree with your rating. It's a 7 out of 10. But honestly, if it stayed the way it was, I wouldn't be against saying 6 out of 10, but it's a 7 for now.
It's not a high 7.
Yeah. So, you've seen the series. Don't spoil anything, but it improves upon this as we go forward.
I would say the fights are definitely going to be getting better.
Okay.
I mean, there's some moments that are just okay still.
Okay.
And there's still some questionable things in the series, like why haven't we used that later?
Yeah.
When it comes to like Super.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like we've got a pretty good start. I'm kind of with you guys. I've only seen the first 10 episodes. I don't know what's happening beyond this yet. And so far, I say 7 out of 10. Zach, who's seen it, says 7 out of 10 as well.
Low 7.
Low 7.
At this point.
Okay. So definitely an anime worth checking out, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Dragon Ball, you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Especially the original Dragon Ball, because you get that old voice. It definitely has more of that humor.
Yeah, don't go into this looking for consistency. You get world building, but don't look for consistency between any other shows. It just drives me crazy that they never do anything consistently between series. All right, so I think that'll actually do it for us. But in the comments today, if you guys have seen the show, or maybe you haven't, why don't you guys tell us what you think? You seen Daima yet? Have you been enjoying the watch? Have you seen it all the way through? Don't spoil anything for anyone that hasn't seen anything.
Yeah, there's definitely some things we don't want spoiled for Justin here.
Yeah,
I'm sure he hasn't seen this.
Yeah, no, I actually haven't. This came out, what, 2024? Last year?
It's a good question, isn't it? I feel like... I don't remember if it was last year or this year.
But yeah, anyway, in the comments, if you've seen it, why don't you tell us what you think about it? What are some things you like? Do you like how Goku's a kid again? Do you like the retcons? The whatever it is? Do you like the show?
Do you like Hyvis?
Who's your favorite character in Daima? Go ahead and tell us below what you think of it, pretty much anything. And we will tackle the next 11 or 10 episodes.
10 episodes left.
And a part 2 a little bit later.
Yes.
So I think that'll do it for us for now. If you enjoyed this video, we ask that you like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified of whenever we upload. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the community. We'd love to have you be a part of it.
We'd love to see you in the comments too.
Absolutely. Love to read what you guys post. And I guess until the next time, we will catch you guys later.
See ya.